Chris, thanks for joining us again on Seagulls TV for another team selection video sponsored by Billy's Cakes. You must be happy to be ahead of the ledger at 4-3 for the first time this season.
Really happy. So it took a while to get there, but really happy obviously winning 4 out of the last 5 games, and really good to get the win against Frankston last week. It's a hard place to go and win, so we're happy the boys to get the 4 points.
As you mentioned, the win over Frankston was a dominant second half with the side kicking 16 of the last 19 goals. What do you think was the catalyst behind that?
We started slowly, but we weren't too bad sort of statistically, so we're getting our hands on the footy, but it's more just about sort of using it, and we did change a couple of our structures to quarter time and just sort of change a few things there, which really helped us get the game back on our terms, and we were certainly really pleased that we were able to run out the game, especially in the last quarter, and we were sort of really playing on our terms, and it did start to open up for us.
Now, a change of pace. This week the VFL selected their initial squad of 40 for the state match against the SANFL. You must be stoked to have 9 Seagulls being picked for it.
Yeah, really happy. So obviously it's a great reward for those 9 players. They've had really good seasons to date, and obviously there's a few guys that have been in the mix before, obviously with us and also with other clubs, but it's great to see some fresh faces in there as well, and it is a reward for their performances so far this year.
Obviously the squad will be trimmed from 40 for the match itself. Are there any players in particular you hope to get a Guernsey in the final side?
I think there's some of our boys there who will just pick themselves, like I'm sure we can expect some of the names that we've seen before to be really in the mix there. But from our point of view, the ones that we'd really like to see in would be Cameron Lockwood. He's probably a player that we've really rated internally pretty high compared to I think what the rest of the competition. So hopefully he's one who gets his first chance, never played state football before, can play sort of that small rebounding defender. And the other one who's been sort of been named for the first time is Anthony Anastasio. So he's obviously come in and been selected for his real pressure, his goal sense, and his just sheer pace. So it'd be great to see him get a gig. But it is going to be a tough task for the selectors. It's an incredible squad of 40 good quality VFL players. So the ones who get selected can probably count themselves pretty lucky, and the ones who miss out are going to be pretty stiff. And that's not just our players, but across the competition, because as I said, it's a really strong 40-man squad, and hopefully gets the job done.
Now, looking towards our home clash this week against Geelong, the boys must be really looking forward to taking on the side that's probably been the benchmark of the competition for the past 5 years.
We've certainly got a great lot of respect for what Geelong's been able to do at VFL level. So, as you said, they've been the benchmark over the last few years, and they've just been a really strong competitive outfit every time they've taken the field. So their side has changed, there's no doubt about that, but even the strength of what the Geelong Football Club does is that they just keep finding these local players, and there's a couple of players we haven't seen before, but watching them on the tape, they just come in and make an impact straight away. So no doubt they'll be a really strong competitive side. We know how they like to play football, we know what they really pride themselves on, and it's really going to be a real challenge for us to try to get the points over them, because the last couple of times that we have played them, they've certainly had it over us. So it's a real challenge for us, and really making sure that we're ready for the fight.
Changing pace once again, we're covering a lot of topics this week. Next Tuesday the club also plays its opening Foxtel Cup clash against Aspley. We have one eye on that clash in terms of keeping players fresh, given the game is so soon after the Geelong match.
No, not at all. So we're not going to compromise our VFL game, especially against a strong opposition like Geelong. So we'll be going in with a full strength side. Our focus this week has been purely on Geelong, and then obviously we do know we've got Aspley in a few days' time, but the beauty of it, we've got our development boys have a bye this week, so they've got the chance to really rest up, and we can sort of call upon some of those players there. So we haven't picked a side yet for the Foxtel Cup. We'll just wait and see how we go through Saturday first and see who comes through that. So our focus is well and truly on the Cats, and then after that's done, we'll quickly turn to Aspley after that. But yeah, we certainly won't be compromising what we do with our VFL game this week.
Alright, Chris, will take us through the side for this week's clash against Geelong.
So from the back line, Nick Singh, Peter Forbes, Cam Lockwood. Half-back, Ben Davies, Brad Mangan, Lee Masters. On the wing, Jack Johnston, Ben Jolly, Jake McKenzie. Half-forward, Jake Owen, Sean Tye, Mitch Banner. Up forward, Ryan Ferguson, Scott Clouston, Anthony Anastasio. In the middle, Nick Meese, Adam Markon, Kane Lambert. And on the extended in-change bench, Ben Casley, Jack Dorgan, Ed Carr, Sean Hetherington, Daniel Kilikowski, David Fay, Michael Gibbons, Tim Curry and Jack Charleston.
So back at Burbank Oval this week, preliminary final rematch from last year and a beautiful weather forecast. You must be looking for a big turnout at Burbank Oval this week.
Yeah, certainly. So it's always a good occasion when the Cats come to town, so their supporters come along well. So it's a great chance for our guys to get down there. As you said, it looks like it's going to be a great day down at Burbank Oval, and it's going to be really two quality great teams going at each other. So looking forward to a good game of VFL football. It is also on ABC One if you do want to catch the game at 1:10 p.m. So obviously an early kick-off this week because it is a TV game. And should also mention our match day sponsor this week is the Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation. So they've jumped on board with us supporting the club, which is fantastic. So it is going to be a great day. Just the one game obviously down there, but looking forward to seeing plenty of supporters down there and cheering the boys on as we look to go 5-3.
Thanks very much for joining us again, Chris, and best of luck on Saturday.
Cheers, thank you.